10-year-old you believe that person, but the 25-year-old you still believes the 10-year-old you. And one of the things I am impressed with at these type of initiatives is to try and break that elephant rope. To understand, if you can't find a problem, then you can't see an opportunity. Why? Because probably you don't care enough. But if you care enough and you are in Nigeria, every time you hear somebody is angry about Nigeria, that's an opportunity for a business. Every time somebody complains and you join the complaint, keep watching. In the next 3-5 years, they will stop complaining. Why? Because somebody became a billionaire solving everybody's problem. So you choose whether you are going to be part of complainers or whether you are going to go ahead and solve a problem. Every time there's a face behind the glass of your door, in your car, knocking, that's a problem that wallahi, if you can solve, you're a multi-billionaire. I know people who have tried to solve some part of the Al-Majari problem. They are already millionaires. So please, every time you think of a problem to solve, ask yourself, how can I solve this problem for everybody? And you find, because you want it to be an instrument of Allah's rahmah, Allah takes care of his instruments and he takes care of you at the same time. Business is good. It is so important that if the business people were to leave, we will enter darura. We will enter a situation of necessity. You will see more poverty, more unemployment. Yes, people like Alhaji Muhammad will do business and fail, but he will not allow that elephant rope to make him believe he is a failure. He will try again and he will succeed. And our job here is to realize, just as soldiers can have those comrades who died in battle, and we celebrate our fallen heroes, the labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain, and we remember them. Unfortunately, sometimes we forget our fallen heroes in business. But so long as you intended to do business, to solve a problem, to be an instrument of Allah, of job creation, of taking care of your family, of service to others, you have never failed, because Allah rewards you with that of the good in this life and in the hereafter. Because it is those who fail that learn from their failures better. Ask everybody who has succeeded and they will tell you stories of failure. Failure is not a problem, it is part of the curriculum for success. It is part of the syllabus that Allah has created that makes a difference between those who fall and stand up and those who fall and stay down. So when we look at what we are here for, I would like you to take seriously what Prof mentioned about going not just for success, financial success, reputational success, but to go beyond success.
Baraka FM.
Good morning to all our cherished listeners and our viewers on Facebook and on YouTube. Yeah, me really Abdul Fatawu Yusif Muti Efre Anhujo Nsawom. We Baraka 98.7 FM. Yeah, Aliti Nhyira ena Mugusu eti. Ena no pay die. Ya elite mufanche. Someone say whether ni die. I say copy wo Europe. Ntino nsi na nyina ya adipa. Ha, emere ni sisa na esu ya sisa. sa nyama ntini nkwala na omko school no yembo mori ya sa jacket to say dey pullover na enya bi ma omenye sadia we dan betimi ama akwala na ko down kakra nhye ne so na yemun santo omfo so say ice cream no omuta ay tutoto no we dan sisa say dia omufa bibia ya shikakra so watch we say koko bi at least something that is very hot to balance the equation enya sadia betimi aha adwen because when it changes like this, you have to be able to adjust. That's very necessary. And Mutiemi Suna Honorable, yes, former member of friends saying assembly member for Yao Adipa electoral area. Yes, Wabeka Santino, Yerini Ena, Ebedisa Ejumadi, the newspaper headlines are the Bremo. Adekye ntino mutie de munshe na munu say bibia muede that's the right place to be. Yes, because we met me hu de koso yem mind Ghana yem put them any whatever is happening within the around the surrounding areas ni nyina hono ba kwa ba bibia bako amen yakofo na do bibia bako yeda nyame ase na te on say bibia do dia I say insuni light there idea opa ompe you cannot do away with. You say ensure some basana people have issues. Say light in some so beba na and so no other any issues. You know, one of the major issue that today we'll be looking at. Unfortunately for us, later in the day we'll be having an interview with some of the senior staff of ECG within the Insawam Adwajiri. Na the Umbiano no mabe nchechemu. By in the meantime, the daily graphic, and nanopi. We share the major headlines. I'll say the ECG staff rejects privatization. Front page headlines. And I'm the Minister of Energy. So, Nymphoni Adiabata story. No, mining sector delivers over 2 billion Ghana cedi royalties first quarter. Supreme Court permits CSOs to join suit challenging OSP. Expect diplomat discuss structural barriers to Africa's global influence. But Supreme Court to permit CEOs to join suit challenging OSP in sense media. I mean, name Sadi assembly by no AI copy of parliament majority leader any penny for Kukudampa and this for more parliament. Or see the office inquiry has to be scrapped. Senye man penny a bima anka papa ejumai enya de obetimi atwaso na enyi na nim enye bibia ntine office we edi buy send be you check on friends and corruption issues and allegations and what have you, because you have so many independent bodies, but quite often I say ejuma no enkosa Ghana for any pay for a panel and internal OSP office special prosecutor former administration edi buy and obi answer who say it's an office that would help in fighting the issue of corruption. But we share the issue coming up. Now, Ibumusuka say, oh no, they suspect say maybe the ruling government is trying to do things to frustrate the I don't know whether it's the officer or the entire office in so the issue went to court because they have been sued on how the office should be made to stand on its to be able to work. And some betting so our former much earlier reports actually say the Attorney General's office court issue on medical court actually say the OSP office has been referred say answer no betting pursue some cases, you know, they will need permits from the Attorney General's office. Now, and also now I say ensure and koye for some people in this country where they say that it's a banasa, then it means the office of the special prosecutor cannot be independent. And inti answer na meji view no ma yenkore nkuti the appeal friends saying courts you see your friends saying civil your friends saying civic and I say some CSOs person almost no join ni se be betimi abomodiam aginatimi ama the office no agina ye no moment the koso na yati one of the renowned lawyers also okasa in that regard na yabe twatwa yadwin efa se eja ye ne lawyers ntino eba ne se ya se enti omo ye lawyers no na yesu atimi a kire yadwin nti wuso a wutie e bia wuso no wo adwin papa bia wuso betimi a kire wadwin efa discussions no join us so that you all be able to deliberate on this particular issue. Let's go and listen to the CSOs, the issue in court about the OSP.
Done by not allowing the arguments before it and the influences that come with the case to be limited to the two parties before the court. We should remember that based on
Baraka
the posture of the Attorney General, we already have a sense of what the Attorney General stands to gain or lose in this subject. And so having a third party to make an input into this subject, for me, is arguably one of the best things to be done, because it then gives a broader view as to what the Supreme Court will be looking at. Mind you, remember that the whole essence of law is to allow for social re-engineering and limiting your scope to the parties before you in a matter such as important as this would have been a disservice to all of us. And so it is a great news that the Supreme Court has allowed this to happen, and we believe that they will bring different dimensions to this issue, different perspectives that would shape the thoughts and the final decision that the Supreme Court will ultimately make when the matters get to the point. Indeed, you are right that almost everyone in this issue has an objective to achieve, and I think it is not lost on us as to the positions of almost all the sides, whether as an independent person or the party strictly so-called in the suit. Their arguments are well known, but the angle based on which everyone will be coming from will be little different. And so it is true that everybody will be reinforcing his position and in this matter. But the good part is that the Supreme Court will then have the different views and different angles based on which they can also come to a determination of the. Unfortunately for us, it is very true to put it that way, considering that the OSP has been touted as arguably one of the most unique creatures of our statutory architecture to fight corruption. However late it has been in coming, and however difficult its position has been since its creation almost 8 years ago. But I think it is believed out there, all of us, that indeed, if there is any institution that is better fit to fight corruption, the OSP has been touted as one of the best. And so it is for our collective good that we build a stronger and a better OSP, considering the trust that we have in it. And this is one of the means, particularly the decision from the Supreme Court would be one of the means that would either strengthen or, if you like, completely scatter the entire foundation in the fight against corruption in Ghana.
Yo, honorable, really ate. No sono ochre dream efa friends saying CSOs are almost trying to join the suit so that betimi aboa ama OSP office no atimi agina ye minim ebia. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I think establishing a office of the special prosecutor no. Me de na me pepa if say corruption no na ama baby a yeda sugina amai your maya enye hia man nanka ensese hia yen ye hwe natural resources a ye wa nanka si gina ye nanso pa nanso da bia na ekwa MF ko gi bail out esane sika dodo na nyu fa baby a enko aban futum se de be yempotu juma de abo omai. Nti office of special prosecutor na de mede me fu aso se enka enwo ho na ne me pese mesre ne se so yemfa menye mfa to win se na ECG boss atutu ni amaye na se yenya challenge with a Latin system. Does it mean say you be close to ECG down na But you know, no majuma no koso. Ono na say ye ni free ho. Na juma no koso.
If you have issues with him,
that's right.
That's not the office.
Not the office. So me special office or special prosecutor me jitu me say ka entra ho. I bet me abone afati corruption. But the one who is in charge na onye na juma here, we should take the person off and bring another one. Me jiri say you start saying no, ye the matenami do. Former attorney general. Any edinisa say. But along the line no, nyama bi one aban bi nya e ka krantia ma ye ni free e hode kisie jabin e de na ba be se na nan. So if you realize that kisie jabin is also not performing na, ade na ye nyini mfro na enfo bi a ye Jesus obetimi aboa aye dwuma no me afate corruption fa na ma. Enti no me the office of special prosecution office of special prosecutor na ye nyi mfro no. Me de me mfaso na mfaso chira mfaso
ewo
say wo na ye hwe na akade say de mo no adwuma ne di mu no ye nyini nipa say ne kotra na o ye adwuma no ye fa nipa ne kotra ne ma office ne ma ababu na wo adwuma na timi akoso na onye adwuma ne mo aye na corruption no the rate at which corruption na koso o mai mu no e ya sefem ya hwe fight ya o man need ache
All right, daily guidance was the NPP petitions diplomatic community over political persecutions. Embattled MP faces Dutch court tomorrow. NDC scribe dies in hotel room. Hey, Mr. Isaac. Hey, we are cool with you. You be anka say boni ho, but when you to hotel your friend saying perception and I say ntiasia nkrofo dodo na ebia wako business bibi na akosi ni sa but onya ti hotel emfa sempamba
the woman is yetimi enjeje no enjeje nkasesi but the woman is fansa meti ahodwo a na makoda hotel wansa woma obra me wo me car ne anase car ko hoba enti say makoy bibi wansa ma de na me ma ahodwo madam fie na me kokoda nsawom but we can speak for him you know nyakopon fani currency
illegal miners invaded Wontumi Akunta mine, ex-deputy minister and a disarmament Supreme Court blocks Gifty Oware's move to hold trial. Maensha Kesi for the issue of your friend saying former chairman Abronye chairman, right? Not former.
No, he's still chairman.
Chairman.
Brown Hafo.
Ninsen Seminole. So, the press conferences, open press conferences. They say NPP petitions the diplomatic community over political persecutions on the same issue. Now, momenti the lawyer Martin Pebu, private legal practitioner or Casa Onodie, on force and Kabil conditions in the anchor. Said do na enforce be any who are intimate manipa bill. But I see judge no so no the didn't so say or shall say bia and yes or case word for omu case near but because of previous experiences no why are they so ya boko said debi ya men sign yes bium na similar issues so as abe bium and intina almost say debi on them until the issue is being resolved or in the courts. But lawyers there more lawyers there any lawyers the omu can say Debbie we there so because the MPP is claiming say near eco share on the scene condition there it's becoming terrible until the moment Martin Pebu or a private legal practitioner
Baraka FM
clearly put before the courts. We believe that when I say we, not as lawyers, I'm talking about the CSOs that are coming in, believe that the court deserves a certain view that is currently missing in the argument. And that's what has been put before the court. And thankfully,
Baraka
as
FM.
you heard my lords, they have read the brief and they appreciate that it is important and it will help the court to come to, as His Lordship said, the Chief Justice said, a lasting solution. So this is good news for us as a team.
As you heard our lead counsel Senior Kizitobeyo say, we are appearing before the court on behalf of these 14 NGOs as neutrals, and as neutrals to bring a certain perspective to the case. So our main argument is for the court to look at the history on the establishment of this office, and we are calling the court's attention to some interpretative matters that they will also need to look at. So that's what we can say up until this point, because we are now going to put our full arguments before the court, and we don't want the court to be hearing it in the media before it.
In our point of view, and believing that we come with history, we come with a certain competence to join this case.
But it's I think that's why this case is so important, and I hope that the Supreme Court will treat it with the speed that it needs, because there are real life implications and impact already, even without the court determining on our prosecution processes. Cases have been suspended. If you ask prosecutors when you are prosecuting a case and you get this interruption, it may give the accused, certain advantages that is not helpful. So
so we mo fan chemina na Martin Pebu lawyer Martin Pebu na nka di voice ba but anko banesa na hono
me gidi say case bia no available sana constitution is ya no now in some instances no say for peace to prevail no na o pese obi o ya detain no ko ji say bia ebi ho asem ne puma sebre me just recently bi krasi wo some ha no ko ti asem bi na lawyer ne plead say mani ko ne be na prosecutor no so kire say there bi o nipa we se na asem na ye jam ko fia asem no betimi ne akoso betimi asan akoso because they live in the same community. For that matter no
they have to keep
complainant they can't keep him, but accused person no they can keep him say be asunju baba community. Sometimes detention bi wa ye no it's not say you punishing nipa no, but for peace to prevail and I say be very ye baba ntina ma ye no. But in this case mestre be say obi a wadi bone adi o mai bone say dey famra kwan say fa na fa nti wa
respective
ye dey na famra kwan so no na serve deterrence to you say won so office na wo no that won so be position nti ne obeye bia no obebu nkonta I think say ye ma kwan na say na ma nya adwuma say na be ya ye mpanyifo fa nema fo dodo nti me mpese mra no na mum ye ma fa manyusem monetize ye ma o mane mra no court no independent court no nya na adwuma say ne nipa na agibia no na wafo be ye
o ka say ni de ene my enko friends in public account committee the frame by him say nra some of the issues that came up from the public account committee the ranking member some oka
that Abronye should be entitled to bail in this case. Remember, I said I don't support his incarceration at this time. I think he should be admitted to bail. What Section 96(5) says is that the D, if he has been charged, they didn't say convicted, the authorities in charge of the facility would take him to hospital, right? Because once he's in their custody, there's even a heightened sense of responsibility on the authority.
Hey, Asambeni. Yo, and the way na Martin Pebu. Nanka me pese me fa eno and some fan bra, but I'm say there's a messed up somewhere. Mumfa chair. Now public account committee to know very interesting things also was coming out from there. But Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, you can say embassy some more money they rent.
Yeah,
but nearby I see one of the buildings that we own was been abandoned. There was some few spaces in Kwana Yusuf and AB service questions or public account committee. The Deputy Minister
values. So when the auditors cited it, we quickly wrote.
Hey, somebody. All right, and then to us, Ghanaian publishers say MPP petitions NPP petitions diplomats over political persecutions. Won't me assigned no mineral rights. Mreku Duka tells court. Yeah, Arsenal wins Premier League after 22 years championship. Hey, Asemo. Bagwin Edge renewed anti-corruption drive at APNAC meetings. And also no Ewaha. All right. The custodian newspaper also said NDC has failed faster than anticipated. We another prayer fires Mohammed's government. Yes. In some way, hey, as so many
politics, any politicians, you know, I do baby yesterday. Because Mijiri say, "Oh no, not buying a transfer. I feel funny. I will feel power. In you when you call so I will make you." And he say, and then I say, "Oh no," because sometimes you know I would think same beer. I remember say and ran was it 3 days ago na sister be ton provision na me kono oto omo full bag asio na be so oto na here no so onya omo no 550 cedis 50 kg no yeah. And so that right and I'm say be 2 years ago no na you turn over 1,000 cedis 1,300 na there it is na oil see na do baby na oil yeah 1,002 but na could do I say 550 and ko 4 gallon no na bro 1,007 and about do 700 but we got try reduce on Ghana ni no koto ade na o ka kire say na normal boy den sisi a chen kan na at least say obeka obi beti but no ko market ni nim say dey o kan no enya no kware
yeah
I just say na no efra na ni but me susu say you were good opposition eboa so my say be gina ye nanso but niama ne yebu nkunta akire Ghana fo na yenka asem na niemu mo ahunya say ye Ghana fo hu no anu na wo say ye ma wo hu na mo asem no bi o kan ye nyina na eti o ma mu ye hu say na eti so ka chen so my party NDC a fili crachin say na mo susu say bi abekwa nim kakra na wa fili ntema well minim be bia na ofi babo mum de pa me susu say nyama ni bi no kakra no once won bom homodin but no say they 100% nyama ni bi osinto wom enti say hono be hwe no aboso say asinto I think say no be boasin say be generalize ni nyina say nyama nkoyi wo be bia I don't think say yeah.
Concerning newspaper no say Apostle Kojo Safo goes home July 30th.
Oh
papa Ghana for African star.
Yeah.
Mama papa without even
one say
cow why say television say dem biom kwa na pebium.
Me na me the bia me wo problem with the successful government say.
Serious.
Aden kra na abase papa yi adwuma yi. Abantumi so na sin e man support na adwuma yi onye nkoso.
Yo ya di kakra na Professor Moss, late Professor Moss.
Yeah, at the end of the day no Ghana for no me play mo Ghana for ne boka ko sua se adwuma no Ghana for ne ba be ye na yensu ya ye. Won but ya trans papa nga sa de ne kwani nim de ne na adwene na ho den kakra sa na be.
Nti mre bia me hu kantaka ka bia no me say oh papa yi.
Last na me nam I think when was that few days ago I think say Thursday no say Friday no na me nam ne ho Achimota overhead one na me say ya register ne car ni be 2026 esi o na me say papa ne kokko e chikwa sell aye da so e ka no bi so bi ana order na fe ne ya register e say papa e juma na sa de say meti say gu a ebe me ya so obi antuma nsum na say ko for my be me ya papa
ade ba kunu say de e wo no ye mpen no
sometimes argument
bibia de emben ye de enyem faso man no enne ye di echi
argument and crophobia and say I don't anybody birthday no fan car ni bi ama no birthday gift no okoto Toyota no de man be na say no na kasa asusu say ne car ni papa but car sin so na bi hu aban kra to bi ama me say na ye for Yusuf bi other institutions Yusuf bi so aban betimi akoto ade phone say odema institution a whole institution na and since say what no registration number and say
even poem fan say nya papa say ye ka no all these cars are you Nissan Toyota why omuye no ahyase no
nye si neti Korea for sat here ka ne friend Korea baller na me ejuma gapo na friend Korea baller because we share cars ni bia and e ba road nso asesia na ni nyina atete but kakra won improve so basis a omo yi say basis ye basis e ko VIP ne STC ne ade basis ye
ne gusu crackers ne ayalolo no wine side ye nyina no say if even say bia ye di 200 kwa na balance o kan taka mama 100 bibisa say ye nyina kra na.
I remember say when I was with when I was Ghana Port and Harbour Authority say omo state transport crackers ne ba say those days ne tata bus ne you know omo craba what they do ni say a frame no any engine is so near the tapoli akata engine so near the abasa near yejuma cars ne ba yejuma a frame ne engine ne wo so near ni nyina no egu ye ba near the Kumasi magazine near Kosambo kama na ba and then san nkofo so nya ejuma ohoye.
Yes,
if you want the economy to grow now, these are some of the things me dey bia me ka say ye ne ye dua koko o man mu but any ye country produce best chocolate Switzerland because you answer koko dua ba koko ani o why can't you say okay your raw material no a specific no a na for management bra na workers ni free ho any waste na ye de be bibi nyina anso no ni nyina be ka o man mu na ye de aye but then no
Baraka FM.
With a minimum, but say I don't know, say patriotism in Abia, NTSC or something.
You can Sokola fee or say, my name say Namokano. Say Kakru be near D. Wontino. And until I was say, Obi crowd in the bar, or Nyam Faso, since you be no man. Tia Fanas, and I say, me dear, dear Nimbiana. As I say, me down, never be Quantanani at Dina. I don't have premise for free and cry. Fakoma fisherman fisherman will be a central region and as a western region ebe do one na hunsem bebre. Why is it so? Fakoma won no nyinam na nya bi yanku yere nya bi nyanku anya na we ni enso nya bi no na ayasem.
The new center is to impose PCI to reduce financial dependence on IMF. We heard the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Esiama. The man-mine gold sales to gold board hit 224 kg in support of BOG's reserve accumulation. APN calls for an Africa-wide mobile money interoperability. Yes, we are Gabi Asare Ochre Dako. Yeah. Supreme Court allows 14 CSOs to join OSP legal battle. And also the NPP petitions diplomats on threat to free speech. Mobile money semi friend is saying the president of mobile money agent no onim say wakobo ECG ECG IGP Akobo na baso with some very very nice omo bona baso because we mobile money vendors na quite often the major challenge of face insecurity. Almost omo say anka 24-hour economy ayeki sanka omenya security dia anka betime ejuma pa because the emre bia obepie bia no you have an opportunity to withdraw or to save.
Very very important. Sometimes you know anajo na bia oba yare na onu abi yare na say odene konso na sika enough money enifi obeko krom so na obi apon na ba bia odene konso na ka shen unkura sika bia ye hwe no so nti no mpa man din ka should be say wa around say wa water bia enura me ma me bi etraka mu fi akra ba no ka na say o send scam obi eye enura no ba no ka chen say ji say anope no behwe na waye e de amantoma phone no eme no nti na ka system wa ka obetima ye na nadwo na kwa ye ma no ye na person de ye no na ko de ama no bia na ko no be sorry e de akọ market and imrachi nso be sa na be delay the movement esa nso na ma business no so e ka chi okon bi
Baraka FM.
nti mobile money no am robbers attack o mo ne nyama bebre no nti se obenya security obenya protection as one ye djuma ne dia I think say be boy ye nyina say team for be boy papa
ndia mu man kwana nkotie openyi Edward.
We serve the country, and since the police has strengthened or tightened their security by arresting these robbers, it will give confidence to mobile money agents to also work beyond time, so that we can serve the country. And it can also have, we will have confidence too, because it will help in bringing this 24-hour economy. Because if such actions are going on, I mean, arresting robbers that are attacking mobile money agents, now we can have the confidence. However, we, the mobile money agents, shouldn't think that because police have tightened their security, we should also relax. We should also take security in our own hands, whereby we should put things in place so that if the police is not has not come on time, then we can.
Yes, on say strategically, omunim say ejuma no. Senya police by phone no dia, enya de ombeti me ejuma no. Yeah. And tina omuka say omo boy IGP abaso say in terms of patrols and night patrols no in asifono etimi boa pa na mesukwa de efutu kwa me de mama omo amwe mobile money vendors no omombo money as a filling station say some of the friends saying omo amuta ejuma omo nshada en close. And I say 24-hour economy, they are fine. But places are more. I say you will not sit at an isolated place. Yeah. And then quite often it's a baby bar. But if you are sitting by maybe a fuel filling station, and I say baby, say baby, because the security, it starts with you. Yeah, and son will be that's it. You know, and I say and I think it's a very, very laudable idea.
Yeah, and I think so. No matter or mobile money vendors, say uti as means to me the futu kakra on the mom. There be an Obama oye jumbo mo bia betra won chain. Sa no so no a threat to the customers. When you panel to unche wo fa say wadan for oni ma adwena woni tim. Cause no be born a number near ade nyina anti no. And so one share because me ba na se mi hu ni sana mi so se bia nipa no se oyam robber no abetra ho uyi sika kwa hu sika bia ni sika mu edrupa a na fe no odi ni tente sa okodo ba bia wa fra obi no ohia na odi ni tente ba bia ase nipa ni bebre pe no wa sika na fini nsem na ye nti won so obe ya at least sika wajuma na oye nti kwa trans na ye wajuma I think say o fa nkro fa betra wana for betra won chain the whole day not to no we me threat to customers no nti won hwe na won so won ya
the new publisher newspaper see I fired judges lawless conduct not his person we air marking response stop harassing our people or face revolt. MPP wants government over 16 political arrests. The Daily Statement was a minority chief whip NDC has disappointed Ghanaians with Honorable Anodompre. As Apostle Safo goes home July 30th, MPP petitions foreign missions over democratic backsliding. APN pushes mobile money interoperability across continents. We Gabi Ochiri Dako. MPP petition diplomatic community over state-sponsored political persecutions under Mahama. Asante Akim North MP breaks silence, denies romance scam. So that's somebody I want to say bia ebeko court na etime hu de course dia. Because you see afi na no kasa de bi adiko amuka kwa de onu kwa de onni hu hwe.
Yeah. Me pese meka court asemna we
abronya de na wai.
There be we apanyo marking yeah. Asem no. There be amekasa asem we say ene eyodi ochina so be obidi. Ntina there be amekase court no yema court na kasa anye na adwuma. Na yemfa amanyosem nwurawura mu. Because emre ye ninka so NDC was you be fiso MPP so baba on so be fiso because MPP no also wa fiso enu nti ye best bebre say ye hu nyama bebre course ewo abandada no ebres epenso eni nyama bebre koya na nkrofo bebre ka ho asem say ene the same thing I repeat we ka say bia a revenge but me no ye kone sana
emwa
oman no dachi ene emra no na yesi nitiase enti yenya mra na manyofo nya mra na mra ne nya dwuma se bia meme nua akwa di bone minyinim se asema me no eken enye na se ne mra ye djuma na me da manyosem akekere ne kum se NDC ni na akodi di obi atem na court asuni mra na NDC for se state sponsored nyama bi na ya me de menyusu se ye mamra ne nya djuma politicians will stay away na mra ne ye djuma oja nipa na waja no me say whatever going on today no will continue tomorrow and one party will not remain in power forever enti emfanye susudua se ye be ya de ni yese na be o chine bi no emu ka yansim me da say
Daily Gist newspaper or say APN pushes for Africa-wide Momo. Mighty minority ready for 2028. Apostle Dr. Kojo Safo goes home July 30th. Is Baumia is threat to NDC as Ketia. NDC is a reflection of scam minority chief whip. Apostle Kojo Safo goes home 30th July. Chronicle newspaper no. Okay, the Supreme newspaper or the NDC has failed faster. The same story. Friend saying another penny story. Yes, MPP flags alleged democratic decline in diplomats. Zoomlion Kenya begins major transformation of Nairobi waste management system. Zoomlion akodu Kenya.
I'm say sometimes need the MOD fuji say anakasa ne krum. Sana na yempenyu for ekano. Mijiri say aye Dr. Joseph in Japan, the owner of Zoomlion. Why are there?
Yeah.
Because waste management, you know.
Baraka FM.
I made him say obia ye private sector obia ye ade ohia aban support sebama na adwuma koso ye hwe over the years struggle Zoomlion akomu na ade na I think say we all need to come together say oko Kenya support obama na Kenya na ebetimi amba say adwuma oba ye Kenya na bedi mu asen ye ndie oye wai and waste management is one of the key things I will say ye na say metimi akase me na ma metimi kan de me sesi me bo say recycling na abenti ama unam kroma ama kromate first unam a say pure rubber si na sinsen iso na de bia na age but no wo drop ya no bia fa wo drop ya no bia fa nti ama krom somehow ama kroma ye need wo hwe gata mu kran so na ama say kakra do enye yi but eye chen bribi atwam enti I think say waste management, you know, a key thing I say nyina yema yeni ko.
The Supreme newspaper or say Togo opens borders to all African travelers in major free movement push.
Well, say on be say within say you know be ECOWAS, you know. We ECOWAS member now ko be I say we struggle but ni nyina mu say ya hwe because nipa bone fo nso be nya kwan afasa use opportunity dey room akwa bia so akwa di bone enti ye be free movement from other countries to Togo no still an so mo ya hwe yi say nipa na eba no etisen o ma migration no enye entity no it should make sure say those who are coming freely no should be people who are coming to be do business or any other things about Togo kra na aboa won ama man etumi enya faso so.
All right. Yo, the informal newspapers will say Tamils honored as ultimate Christian personality.
Even na say yeken apostle Kojo Safo o de nyame adoma o de July na yeken we ti dance dey be koso na yi ase any tribute akese ye be tro any penfo be ka say papa yi ku but o ti ase no obi enu a obeka papa yi na say ye bona baso ye boa no ma na adwuma afa ne ntuma pa afira atames ko wie ne na ye hu say oye atames ye tu ni dis atamo chirman na ni afira na nsem bibiri ene the same people say bona baso say oye dey me dey
okay the reaction from the wife
Yeah.
Yes, because of after the barrier, no.
Yeah.
Okay, say debi. On this side we quite on source because ne couldn't see no who amani oko and crofun kinken sem.
Sir.
We say we would ya afi na mu ba
hypocrisy ni dem nyatwom. Nyatwo nipa no wan se yeka no wasem otiasia yeka no wasem papa da no. Yenya achidi atamase nipa papa oyema na busuya yenya achidi. Ko Ghana fu ye cheze onye nipa papa. Enti ne busuya fu se no oti open sa. Enti onipa tiasia yema ohun se ba ade papa wa yema ohun se otiasia de oye ni. Na nyese obewu bewi ansa.
The informal newspaper say GBA fight government over selective justice tag. Armageddon in NDC. Angry party loyalists unleash fury on arrogant appointees. Africa must control its health destiny. Mahama calls for global reset. Ghana hooked on IMF. TUC sounds alarm. The Source newspaper say NDC has failed faster than expected. Another prayer.
It's all over.
Yes, also the newspapers. Apostle Kojosafo to be laid to rest July 30th. Human rights action hits myth. NPP petitions diplomats over political persecution. The Meridian newspaper and also Apostle Safo MPP petition Zoom Lion Kenya. Minority backs Afenyo marking.
Oh, netibia no o babo ne kran oba o ba panso oba enti netibia no se nyoye nyina no eneme bi oye se MPP besa nya nunya no aba power enti ba mi so ntimi nyinuma bia wonim se asem ni bi okan bia ye below bed but wontimi nyinuma enti obekoso ata na echi bani nyina yamu no yenhwe se position bia wo no wokasa na ya hwe yen kasa yi both minority and majority because yen nyina ye Ghana for and o man kan ko ne yen nyina ye hwehwe nti no me stress kasa bia no nkola etie yen sua yen nkola hwe social media so ne other mediums a wo mo hwe yen etie yen so nti kasa bia ye beka no ye ma ho nti na mo France to me apeki bi because obofra hwe opanyi esua enti na obomofo ba ye pa onyipa na no so fatiu na football ba nso na the ball a na motu sabe de pele ne nemba enti mpanyfo nso a ye di anim no ye nhwe se dachi betwema akọ migiri se won ye founding fathers ma MPP no na dodo na anti ase sa na ndisi nso dodo na anti ase kwa me nkroma mu nyina akọ but achirima na sisi wukura mu enti somebody will take over from Afenyo marking one day, somebody will also take over from the Stadium Ketianko one day enti no ni ombele no atu no hwe say obele foundation papa say na be ya unborn generation no will lay on that proper foundation.
All right, the Metro Lens USAID suspension cost Ghana $78 million. We Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Honestly, USAID say they want Donald Trump oba hanu de almost there be America for sikano say from develop America for you say they become on ni say sika ono system ni nyina ni nyadu nti wakatika nyama bebre ene man penyi di tudwa so no say man penyi ko Geneva and o ka say sa your friend saying USAID suspension cost Ghana $78 million.
Ebe cost if you say yeah depending on ade say ibitimi achichi yemman wo bra niama na nipa na sisia na oyesa no na japado wo nyina na efie ha na ono no atena so asanse yanye ye niama yenti ade ntine ye de bia ye raw materials ni ye de ko ba ye ntimi nanda ni se na be ya ebenya value ni ye nya sika film de aboy yemman ho bra ye ken oyara yetu o mayi mu no Mijiri se dodo na ano ekwa America yitu oye wa hanso ekwa America ye good ni na manyina boxer ni bibia no ni nyina akọ enti ono no mo adan mu na osande bre ambode no wonye sika fie ho no no ade no nti so ka se onye we ya em so kire nyansa se na yensu ye betena se ni ye be hu se ne yensu ye betumi aso man no yensu ye betumi aboa atu adwene na yentumi yensu ye tuma de ye ho
the Metro Lens and story we the Bremono. Apostle Safo, another planning some Asababium. Ghana Dubai trade hits 10.8 billion US dollars as Dubai Chamber leads visits by 19 firms.
Wow.
Yes, Kakitwa.
And yes, Kakitwa.
The BLFT newspapers was the mining sector delivers over 2 billion Ghana cedi in royalties in first quarter.
Well, Skadi here be that chicho me. And is why you nase leakages no more than be seen as ikano. Aba ka bansa no dem pontu juma me je say epe boy nyina e be nenem kolada so etena duase esuade enso tobri ene enso ye say wo ko school bi ya close school no down ko woni ba biti e bi ko ni des e biti blocks so na esuade enti say ye was ena me nyina na say ye da so e kosati bi ma je say asefem.
MTN marks 30 years with 1.1 billion US dollar network expansion drive. MTN. Cocoa financing overhaul to gauge market appetite. 1 billion domestic bond strategy seen as litmus test for debt market trust. Mama Yankonen, the deputy managing director of PBCs, and also Eka. Asam Efa Equia for 33 or more cocoa farmers.
The issue around the Enrico side is expected to be completed by 4 p.m.
William say wrong bites. Mufanche. Now the BLFT newspaper say Adansi Rural Bank posts impressive growth. The voiceless. This is a new person in there. The voiceless youth newspaper see Dr. Baumia uniting experience building the future. And all the engineer Japan, any former minister of education,
Japan,
yes,
and Mr. Yawaduchum, Honorable Yawaduchum,
and your friend saying Japan, Bakuno. Politician
Kennedy
Japan,
yeah.
And the last candidate, the youngest among them, Brian Champon, and also no infoni ewaha. Now the voiceless in India, I say minimum, I say more of MPP newspaper because any story this is the only story is carrying, and that's the front page. Ahana every newspaper segment, EDBC, Bansan EDBC, so him say. ECG and some there are issues and then they saying that there's going to be a major expansion drive, and because of that many places will be affected. Woman calling kuti mo penny for no titiri ECG any grid ko woman calling kuti the omori tuja
Baraka FM. Baraka FM. Baraka FM.
Okay.
The issue around the Gridco side is expected to be completed by 4 p.m. Right? When you look at other areas that she mentioned, that is the Accra West, because of the fault must be investigated, right? So once we are in the investigations and we are able to ascertain the cause, we'll be able to rectify it and get our council back.
We Dr. Charles Ni Ayiku, and all these are some way to try.
You see, some nedi. Me say. O mai be kon kan economy no ebe ko year em say do na gina kanea ye de adwuma so if you say ye hwe ni pedi kanea ndi dwuma wo mai mu edoso papa
yeah
to de bi o ko print letter kura na obeko ko do business center na say light ni wo so say letter na o say o deliver sa letter on time na dem fa so ba tileni pamade na light akọ off obi bebre sometimes hospitals obi oni generator antina je say nipa wu ene ade no ntina mesre bebre say I'm saying let him say what no what to they want to no prayer ko be.
Me quite the me say the issue of being able to tell us what is happening as it is.
Yeah.
And very, very important because it's information in you. It doesn't flow. And one say nyako of obiasi dum so.
Me say ECG wo ECG wo pickers bebre. Anka say we fixing horn speakers wo so. Nti some adu agiri say ochina and the light be ko off. Due to maintenance, they should just let us know. Until we to what they go no why because they say we go juma na fe want me penyin be say atade apompon sa no de akwa juma there be enyi no they should tell us they should pre-inform us no be anya preparation no be ye just so won kwan we free juma onim say e be dum light no so be ye fi no waka ne shi na o de asiwa na waka ne shi na o de asiwo nema bebre obi nso nam na we free juma na so be won kon de be fa so na o de afa so since all of a sudden na ye dum no na esa na ha adwen tete ye bebre pa nti light no se na wo ka no se bibia ne se na we wan di kan ka se wo be maintenance nti no be affected areas be will be affected no I think it's a decision on the right direction nti they should try and do that say wo be inform me because yes you know easy adwuma ne ni ho and sika ko easy gina na fi ankro ho na eko nti say mu ye na say adwuma no mu ye ne birabira say I think say it doesn't help
nti no enche bia no ye di newspaper segment no ewia na ye benya opin a ono so no ewo ECG nsewom adoagere a obe ba studio na ye ni adi enkomo na onfa de ekoso nyina no on fantuja ema enyina no bia entimi entiasie because that is the most important thing. You might be doing very well, but because of lack of information people assume that you are not doing anything and intino enchibiano or beba until you go for a short break. When you return, then we are going to have that engagement with ECG officials. Honorable Joseph Yao Kono or former assembly member Yao at the Pa Electoral area and yenini edisa newspaper review segment you honorable say bia nchia bi ho na say bibi ho na odi atoja na edesi
yo me da say mechia
Baraka FM
say anopenso wan say nya bre de wo fidi ato Baraka FM no tie edomase afi mechia nipa wo me peso aso nyina ya wodipa asia electoral area efe mecha ECG mpanyifo nyina so na adwuma so a wori mini se wo madwuma no eya na eya den to da bia na najo no wonam no de touch nam ne eya hwehwehwe nyama wonso wo ya de na mum yesese kakra na aka no so mo ne se wo be ya ka ho na adwuma na adi mu nti me chinchi akase